Chris Box fan. Today we're gonna react to his story on my school band bathroom. This is the first one. By the way, I'm gonna subscribe to his story. Go.
I got fired for letting a 12-year-old use the bathroom. Our school decided to...
He got fired for using a 12-year-old bathroom. What if he needed an emergency, bro?
Too many kids were wandering the halls, so they banned bathroom breaks during class. Anyone caught in the halls got detention. I told my principal it was insane. He looked me dead in the eyes. Follow the policy.
It's actually insane, bro.
Or I'll find someone who will. I watched kids sit through my art class in pain for weeks, squirming in their seats, eyes watering, too scared of detention to raise their hands. One afternoon, a girl in the front row stopped painting. Her face was red and her legs were crossed so tight her knees were shaking. She looked at me through sobs and said, "I really need to pee." I looked at the clock. 30 minutes left until lunch. She wasn't going to make it. I walked her to the art storage room, grabbed an empty bucket, and stood outside the door. She came out 2 minutes later and didn't look at me. She just whispered, "Thank you," and sat back down. A few kids in class told their parents. When parents showed up at the school and a journalist started asking questions, the school panicked. My principal called me into his office and slid a termination letter across his desk. "This is on you. You should have followed the rule." I looked at him. She was about to wet herself in front of 30 kids. He shrugged. "That's not my problem anymore." That Friday, my students showed up to the school board meeting. Every single one of them. The girl from the storage room stood at the microphone. He was the only teacher who cared enough to help me. "Your rule is the problem."
Yup, he's the only teacher.
Not him. Her mom stood up next, then another parent, then 6 more. The board sat there and didn't say a word. The bathroom ban was gone by Monday, but that wasn't enough. I hired a lawyer the next week. The school had to settle out of court. I can't say how much, but I pulled up to the school in a brand new Ferrari with that same
Oh my god, Boo's rich.
of piss on the passenger seat. I walked right up to the principal.
Why would you keep it, bro?
"Since the bathrooms work now, I figured you could have this back." I drenched him before he got a word out.
Yeah, Boo got trend. That's nasty.
I got fired for letting a
Okay, let's start. Next one.
My son had just caught the baseball from the field when a woman grabbed his wrist. My son wanted that ball. "Hand it over." Billy ripped his arm free and hugged the ball against his grandpa's old glove while our section was still cheering. I stood up and got between them. He caught it. "It's his." She pointed back at a boy a few rows up who was nervously
Yeah, Karen. She's a Karen. Get out of here, Karen.
staring
Nobody wants you.
at his shoes. My son's been waiting all season. Hand it over. My heart was pounding because she wasn't leaving without that ball, but I wasn't going to let her have it. I put my hands up. "Ma'am."
Oh my god, look at the detail, bro. And he uploads every 2 hours. Yeah.
"Please, my dad brought me here every summer. He promised
See? Look at the amazing detail. This guy must have
to catch Billy a ball."
must take so long to make this. But uploading every 2 hours is crazy.
One day, and he passed in March before he could. Catching it with the glove was his last gift. My voice cracked in front of 40 strangers. She rolled her eyes. "Nice try, but he's 7. He doesn't even know what that thing's worth." She stepped closer with her palm out, and my mouth went dry because nobody around us was getting up to help. That's when her son came down the steps and grabbed her sleeve, his face bright red with embarrassment. "Mom, stop. I don't even want it. You're just gonna sell it like you sold the jersey that I got at the football game." My eyes widened because she wasn't fighting for her kid. She was just fighting to have an eBay listing. She slapped his hand away without looking at him. "He's lying to be nice. He's wanted the ball all week." I was about to drag my son away when suddenly I looked up and saw that all of us were on the Jumbotron. The audience had just watched the whole thing unfold. I waved over the usher who was staring at us, and he ran over to walk her out. The booze rolled down from the upper...
Yeah, walk her out, yo. She's a Karen. She's listing it up on eBay, yo.
Steps. At the top, she yanked her arm free and lifted her chin, then stumbled on the last step and caught the railing while 3 rows
That's what you get, Karen.
burst out laughing. When the inning ended, a player jogged to the netting and waved Billy down. I told him what the glove meant, and he signed the ball right through the gap to Billy, caught with Grandpa's glove. Her son whispered, "I never wanted it. You deserved it." She tried to take a ball off a 7-year-old to flip it online, and instead, the whole stadium watched it become the one ball money can't buy. My son had just...
Next video.
Imagine being able...
After this video, I'm gonna react. Go to day 2 of 1 to a trillion. I'm gonna go record.
to build anything just by
My bunkmate Santiago leaned over the top bunk and said, "Tonight I'm escaping this hellhole." I laughed at him. Yeah, right, but he pulled a block of wood and a sharpened spoon from under his mattress.
He fooled every guard. Oh my god, this is gonna be spicy. He fooled it. And I just woke up, guys, so sorry, guys. It's literally like 9:44, I just woke up.
You gon' see. He carved the wood for 2 hours, and when he rubbed black shoe polish all over it, he waved it in my face, grinning. "Dude, check it. This looks like a real gun." I playfully shoved him. "Dude, ain't no way the guards are falling for that BS." He shrugged. "Can't hurt to try." We heard a CO's keys.
Bro, that looks like it was real, bro.
Clinking nearby for the nightly check, and when the CO rolled the door open, Santiago jammed the fake gun under his chin. Both guards threw their hands in the air, and my heart was pounding with adrenaline because if they saw it was a fake gun, they'd shoot him dead. But Santiago spoke with full confidence. "Get in the cell." He kept the barrel of his fake gun pointed at us, and 2 grown men in uniform shook with fear and shuffled into our cage. And Santiago stripped the keys and radio off their belts. He tilted his head at me. "You coming or nah?" For a second I froze in hesitation, but then I realized I was doing life in prison anyway, so I had nothing to lose. I stepped out of the cell with him and closed it shut. At the guard desk ahead, a CO moved his hand to the alert button, but Santiago pressed the wood to his forehead. "You sure you want to do that, buddy?" The guard was so scared his eyes filled with tears, and he instantly pulled his hand away. Santiago opened the armory with the stolen keys and lifted 2 shotguns off the rack. He pressed one into my hands and put the wooden pistol in the empty slot where the real ones had been. We skipped towards the exit doors while alarms sounded behind us, like 2 girls in a playground. I got on my knees and wrapped my hands around Santiago's ankles. "Thank you. I'll never forget you." He looked down and grinned. "Just remember, it never hurts to try." My bunkmate.
Yeah, it does. It never hurts. I mean,
My
I
older
guess.
brother dared me to walk across the cafeteria and ask out the prettiest girl in school. His friends were dying laughing because they knew I'd had a crush on her since 6th grade and didn't
Oh my god. You got this, bro.
believe I
You
had
got this.
the guts to do it. So I
His
stood
wife
up, their phones
YouTube
came out,
story.
and my brother stopped laughing. "Wait, you're actually doing this?" I didn't answer. I just started walking. But the second I turned around, I yanked my backpack onto my shoulder too fast, and the strap swung forward and smacked a kid's tray. Spaghetti went flying straight up and landed on top of my head. The kid screamed. Half the cafeteria turned to look. I held up both hands to apologize and walked straight backwards into a girl holding a Capri Sun. The pouch popped all over the front of my shirt. I was now soaked in fruit punch with spaghetti in my hair, and every person in the cafeteria was watching me. My brother was laughing so hard he couldn't breathe. I tried to walk faster, and my foot caught on someone's leg, and I went down sideways into a chair. The chair tipped over with me. I jumped back up. And
Yeah, how about you walk slowly?
10 feet to her table before I realized the chair was still hooked through my belt loop, and I was dragging it behind me across the floor. The whole cafeteria went silent. The only sound was the chair legs scraping the tile. I stopped at her table, dripping fruit punch with spaghetti still on my head, and a chair stuck to my pants. I opened my mouth to say something, but nothing came out. She looked at me for a second, then grabbed a napkin off her tray, pulled a pen out of her bag, and wrote something. She folded it and slid it across the table. I picked it up with both hands, shaking. "I like funny guys. Call me." Her number was underneath.
Whoa! But I might have to try that, bro. I might have to try that to get all the hubs, bro. I'm trying that, bro.
I looked up and she was smiling.
I'm going to try that, bro.
Ever wanted to own S-tier brain rot?
Nope. I'm not brain rotted.
I was shooting ducks at the carnival while my little sister shook nervously in her wheelchair beside me. Fen had brain surgery tomorrow and was convinced the giant teddy bear on the stand would make her operation go well. I just put in my last $2 and my hands trembled on the trigger, but I took a deep breath and knocked the last guck down. Fen's hands flew in the air and tears fell down her face as I grabbed the giant teddy and placed it in her hands. I pulled out my phone to take a selfie, but that's when I felt someone behind me. A kid 4 inches taller than me grabbed the teddy's head and snatched it from Fen. She reached for it and cried, "Give it back," but he smirked and held it over her head. "No, my girlfriend wants it." He pointed at a girl on her phone 50 feet away. I tried to lunge, but
Ooh la la, that girl's hot.
he was too big and knocked me to the ground. "Stay down, chump." I laid on the floor and felt Fen tap my shoulder. She asked me if I was okay, and my heart broke because her good luck toy was just stolen, and she was still worried about me.
Sorry,
I got
I was
up and
just
wiped the
putting the
dirt off
time.
my shirt, then
Because
saw
when
the
I
punk
record a
grinning
video, it
as he was
keeps
about to give Fen's
belong.
teddy to his girlfriend. I told her I'd be right back and sprinted over screaming, "He didn't win that. It's my little sister's. He stole it from her." I pointed to the teddy in his arms, and the girl's smile dropped. She turned to her boyfriend with a shocked look. "Is this true, but he just laughed. No, I don't even know who his sister is. His girlfriend looked between us, and I felt her start to believe him because he was calm, and I was still shaking. But then I heard wheels behind me. Fen had pushed herself all the way across the carnival, and she held up the selfie we'd taken, showing the punk snatching her teddy. That's mine. My brother won it for me. I need it for good luck for my surgery tomorrow. The punk's jaw clenched, and his girlfriend covered her mouth when she saw the photo. She instantly ripped the bear out of his hands and set it gently in my sister's lap, fixing her hair. Good luck tomorrow. Don't let bad people like my ex-boyfriend ruin...
Oh wait, real quick. Your ex-boyfriend? No wait, they broke up.
Your day. His face dropped, but then she turned to him. Yeah, I said X. We're done. She walked away, while he stood there trembling. Fen locked eyes with him, then held a finger up shaped L towards him.
Yeah, no, thank you, bro. The girl did karma, bro. Karma.
9 minutes from being late to jury duty when I found a fourth taco in my Taco Bell bag, and the cashier whispered, "Please don't open that one." I checked the receipt at the counter. 3 crunchy tacos, 1 drink, nothing else. The extra taco sat at the bottom in a plain white wrapper with a black marker line across the top. My lunch break was almost over, and the courthouse vending machine had already stolen $2 from me that morning. So a free taco did not feel like a mistake. It felt like justice. I reached into the bag, and the cashier's smile disappeared. "Don't open the 4th taco in here." Behind him, the manager's ears perked up the moment he heard those words, and he turned around with his headset halfway off. "Who gave him the 4th taco?" Every employee stopped moving. I looked down at the bag. "It's just a taco," the cashier said. "That's what the last customer said." I looked at him. "What last customer?" The manager pointed at the bag. "Has it touched your mouth?" I said. "Not yet, but I'm due back in court in 8 minutes, so hurry up and scare me faster." His headset crackled. A voice from the drive-thru said, "Is he opening it?" I said, "Why does the drive-thru know about my taco?" Nobody answered. The manager reached across the counter and tried to snatch the bag. I pulled it to my chest. "I paid for 3 tacos, and democracy gave me 4. The cashier whispered, "Corporate sent test items this morning." I checked the clock above the soda machine. 7 minutes. The courthouse was across the street, but the crosswalk light there lasted longer than most marriages. The manager's shoulders dropped. The last customer filled out both sides of the comment card. I sat at the nearest table because standing there arguing was wasting government time. The manager stood across from me. The cashier stood behind him. I peeled open the wrapper. Inside was a normal crunchy taco, beef, lettuce, cheese, and 1 single nacho fry lying across the top like a tiny yellow warning. The manager closed his eyes. "Loaded nacho fry taco," the cashier whispered. "They're really doing it." The drive-thru voice crackled through the headset. "Corporate wants feedback."
What do they
The manager
mean?
put one hand on the table. "Sir, once you bite it, I have to give you the comment card." I checked the clock. 6 minutes. For 1 second, I thought about handing it back and walking to court hungry. Then my stomach growled
By the way, this
louder
is gonna be the last video.
enough for the cashier to lower the card. I took 1 bite. Everyone waited. I chewed. I swallowed. The cashier slid me the comment card with shaking hands. I flipped it over and wrote, "Needs more fries," on both sides. The manager reached for the card. "Corporate may have follow-up questions." I picked up the forbidden 4th taco and stood. "Corporate can take that up with the court that assigned me jury duty." I was 9 minutes...
Anyways, if you enjoy, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. Bye bye. I gotta go record the Grow Garden video. Bye bye.